Aloha, beautiful tribe. Welcome back to my channel. This is Pink Bella Aloha. This is a really unique transmission today because I'm going to be sharing with you my personal UFO and mothership experiences. And I also have been getting the message, the reason I'm bringing this out now, super important for many of us to start merging within all the different communities. So, as an example, I have been helping Starseeds and Lightworkers, and I will continue to do that, of course, because that is part of my soul mission. But also, part of my soul mission is to share my experiences, my UFO experiences, to allow all of you to feel that you're not alone, that you understand that it's real, and that we are the disclosure. And I'm starting to see the crossover for many of us. And I've been such a UFO um, fan and investigator my entire life. And I've really gotten back into it in the last couple of years. So thank you for liking, subscribing, being part of this channel, being part of this tribe. Thank you for sharing this out if this resonates with you. And super excited to share my story with you. And I'm just going to give an overview. I don't want this story to be too long today. But the other thing I want to share with you all is I will be having more beautiful souls on my channel. We'll be talking about paranormal and UFO experiences, and I'll be on other people's shows as well. So if this resonates with you, great. If it doesn't, don't worry. I will continue on with my other content, but this is super important that we start breaking down the barriers between all the different groups and start working together. Okay. So for those of you who are new or who don't know, my name is Pink Bella. Pink Bella Aloha Therapy was a soul mission name given to me by my team on the island of Maui in 2011, just after the 11/11 gateway, which is the November 11th gateway. But let's go back before that. Um, yeah, so I think there's been a lot of taboo about in the Starseeds community about talking too much about UFO experiences, although I know we're breaking the barriers down now, which is amazing. But part of my Starseed journey, and that word Starseed, I think it's been given out by many, many people, but my team, one of my galactic councils that I started working with in 2017 asked me to start sharing about with that word star seed for those of us that resonate that we have had other lifetimes on other planetary bodies and not just Earth. Okay, so that's what that means to me. But I work with all sorts of different types of Akashic records, and I'm excited that I can now add this as part of my assistance to all of you to be of service. Okay, so I first realized that I was not from this planet really early on, 1968. And it was before I'd gone to the islands, but we have such powerful. So I'm outside of Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. For those of you who don't know, I live in at that time, it was fairly rural. It still is, but there's a lot of mountains and lakes, and it's very high frequency. So I literally have one of my rememberings is realizing, because I got very, very upset with a family member and I started crying, and I realized that I was a star seed in a child's body and that I didn't want to go through childhood and adolescence and the whole thing. And I just looked up at the ceiling and I said, no, beam me out of here. I don't want to be here. Take me home. Um, I remembered that years later, like in the last maybe 6, 7 years, I remembered that. But what happened was I got put to sleep, I got recalibrated, and most likely I'd had an activation. Most likely I'd had an activation, and that's why it came in really quickly. Okay. So let's fast forward now. That was 1968. Let's fast forward to after the Star Wars movies. So the very first Star Wars movie came out in 1977. So 1982, I was driving back late at night. It was probably 1, 2 in the morning, but back in the day, no cell phones, no internet, um, just the radio or whatever, or stereo in the car. And I came back quite late, and when I was driving on the freeway, back then there wasn't a lot of buildings along the freeway, and there were a lot of cars that were, and it was summer. So it was summer, it was a beautiful starry night driving down this um, highway heading home, and it was, lots of stars out. It was clear. And all of a sudden I noticed bright lights up in the distance, and a lot of cars had pulled over. So I pulled over, I looked up, and that was my experience with the mothership. It was like this. It was up in the sky. And we all just stood there in awe, and everyone's like, are you seeing this? Like, yeah. And it was just so cool. And of course, no one had a camera, no one had camera phones. Um, Internet wasn't around. I scoured the papers after that, and it was never, no one ever talked about it, or I never saw it. So what my team was sharing with me today was that was an activation. Okay, that was an activation. Um, So then fast forward to 2015. So by 2015, I was awake, but I wasn't helping clients online yet. I've been doing a lot of my own personal healing. I studied Reiki and a lot of different modalities, and I've been going to lots of different types of healers for years, removing myself out of the matrix system because that system wasn't helping me. I had a lot of health issues, and they really started at the age of 5, so I'm pulling it all together, okay? So 2015, I really had been working with going within, asking my intuition, my higher self, what to do. So one particular day, and it was overcast and rainy, but the storms had stopped, but it was starting to clear up. And my higher self said, you need to take your phone, because by this time, we all had phones. So I had an iPhone at that point, and my higher self said, you need to go to the beach and go now. So I did, and there was a UFO um, in the sky. There's nobody around on the beach because it was not summer. It was quiet and nobody was there, and it had been raining. So, and it was it was a pulsing light, and then suddenly it was gone. I do have it on film, and I'm going to try and track it down. It's filed away on another account, so that's coming. So, so that's pretty amazing. So now I'm looking back on it, and I was asking my team questions like, first off, why is this so important for me to share with all of you? Because it's important for you to understand that those of us that do the work that we do, it's not just about our personal healing journey, but many of us have had UFO and paranormal experiences. And now my team is letting me know that those have been activations. Okay. Finally, the last bit they shared me was, if and this is, I do a lot of work with a lot of different souls around this. We choose our experiences, and when we choose our experiences, we also choose in a way we kind of re decide ahead of time of our activation. So this other piece of my journey is I've traveled many places around the world, been very, very grateful for years. And I've been taking a break the last little bit because I've been traveling so much. But I would experience activations for a long time. So as an example, the first time I went to the islands in Hawaii was age 7, and I know that I was now activated when I was there. What it's an activation to me is like a download of a lot of information at a deep soul and cellular level of remembering and things to bring forward later. So I was already being prepared at a very early age to assist all of you. For those of you who don't know, I deep dive into the Akashic records. There's various different types of Akashic records, including galactic. I also offer quantum healing and all sorts of modalities online as well. So I was already being prepared for a lot of this. The self-healing, trying to find modalities that would work for me, which is like getting back to natural foods and herbs and energy healing and understand about the energy body. That was to also help me prepare for all of you as well. But I also worked on myself first. Okay. So I think about it now. I was already being activated at age 5, and it would come in and out. So even after that activation in 1982, then I went through a really severe health crisis in 1986, like a few years after that, because I was going through a detox and my body was strengthening and preparing uh, for to remember more. So we will go through health issues to receive more light, to receive more, and light is information. Okay. All right. So the last, um, 2015, that was really, um, technology was just starting to pick up. There's so much technology now. And we just went through a period where there wasn't as much activity, but now it's ramping up. So now there's going to be more sightings, more ships. Um, some are off planet, some are like top secret, what do I want to call them? Objects that are being tested, but are using alien technology. And let's talk about this too. What's the difference between aliens and starseeds? So the councils that I work with would prefer not to be called aliens. However, to the average person, an alien would be considered someone who's not like living in this current realm. Although many of us do believe that many ETs are here and they can change into humanoid shape, okay? So there's that aspect of it. But the other part of it is the average person is going to start seeing these more. So there's a couple things going on with the secret projects. One of them is our scientific community has been working, you know, 24/7 for decades to get on top of this technology that's from the future. There's that first part. And then I think the other part of it is to prepare us to allow us to get used to seeing these so we understand that we're not alone because we aren't alone. And that's been something that's been hidden from humanity for a long time. So on my journey, I've helped many of you discover that you're a star seed, what star systems you're from. And from many, I mean, I work with all sorts of different councils, but originally I started with the Pleiadians and I've worked with the Andromedans, the Arcturians, the Lyrans, the Sirius star system, the Orion star system. And I do know about the other ones. So the images of the beings in lots of the movies would be the Zeta Reticula or the Greys, and that's just one species. So if we think about how many different people and different um, countries and um, different lineages are here on the planet, that's the same out in our galaxy and other universes as well. It's vast. It's vast. So for my journey, I chose to have starseed activations and UFO and mothership experiences. Some of you that I've worked with, you have gone the other way and you have had dark alien experiences, including abductions and traumas connected to that as well. Now, why would you choose that and I choose the other way? It's just what we chose as an experience. But I also feel, and this is what I'm diving into now as well, I feel that we chose our experiences to help us in this now moment to heal multidimensional trauma. So traumas not only from this lifetime, but other lifetimes and off-planet lifetimes. So the abduction experience is traumatic, but it's also something that you can stop, and it's something that you chose to experience to wake you up, to help you to remember, okay? Mind blowing. Yeah. So, um, so much more. I'm going to be bringing in so much more about that. That's just a small little snippet about what I've gone through. I do see the ships once in a while. I do feel I'll be seeing them more again, but they are here. And I'm going to start also getting into these topics with other guests and when I'm on other podcasts as well to work into what's the difference between seeing these ships that are like solid, very fast but solid versus light ships. Okay, so I would say that the mothership that I saw was very similar to this. It would have been very similar to what was in Close Encounters of the Third Kind, because I remember when I saw Close Encounters of the Third Kind, it clicked in. It's like, oh, it's real, right? And I can't remember what year that movie came out, but a lot of the movies came out around the same time, like late 70s. That would make sense, yeah. So that's experiences that I've had. I bring that to all of you. I want you to know that it's not imaginary, that it's time now for our groups and the UFO researcher groups to merge and start working together, which is really, really exciting. And also, I'm just excited to be able to do more research and bring more information to all of you as well, because that expands our consciousness. And then it's preparing all of us for disclosure. Okay, we are the disclosure. On that note, if you've had any other experiences and you'd like to share about them briefly, briefly do that in the comments as well. If you yourself have a podcast or you know of someone that I should connect with, you can either email me, and all my information is in the description box, and or yeah, reach out to me in that way. What else did I want to share with you? Right now as well, I'm now offering UFO and paranormal discovery sessions to help you all. So those are an intro offer right now. There's also a package of 3 that also can be included, and that will be a deep dive in the Akashic records. That will also can be included in the quantum alignment sessions as well. And those sessions include a chakra balance and more like clearing timelines and clearing your records. But the UFO discovery and paranormal sessions are for me to assist you to bring information in from your Akashic records about why you chose certain experiences, what's happened, and support for you, and how to move forward, that sort of thing. So that's amazing. And I'm going to wrap up on that note. If any of you would like to work with me, again, information's below. Please make sure you're subscribed. I at least post 4 or 5 times a day in the community tab, including new offers. So many really cool offers right now, including JEDI training and working with the dragons, as well as your soul mission. You know, many of us set all of this up for our soul mission, for not only us to remember, but to remember that we're part of this big team. We're part of the, you know, I call it Prime Source, the universe. We're part of the ground crew. So many offers are on right now for me to assist you all. Plus, if you're interested in working with me every couple of weeks, there's a mentorship spot that's opened to start in May. So I'm sending you all so much love, light, and aloha. I look forward to working with you. Thank you for listening to my story. I'm very excited to hear about all of yours. And I'm super excited to open up this portal to work with more souls around UFO and paranormal phenomena. And by the way, on that note, I will be referencing X-Files a lot because the X-Files were filmed here in Vancouver. And I actually lived in a building where a bunch of souls worked on that show, and lived in the building that I was in. And I'm receiving a lot of downloads about why that information, that series was brought out in 1993, why it was filmed here, and why so much information was brought to us through that. So I'm revisiting that. So just know that the truth is out there, and we're all going to be bringing it together. So anyway, thank you so much, everyone. I look forward to connecting with you and bringing more information and bringing you more souls that want to share their stories as well. Sending love, light, and aloha. The truth is out there. Take care, everyone. Bye.